The Queen was forced to cancel a Privy Council meeting as doctors asked her to rest after she spent Tuesday handling the transition of power from Boris Johnson to Liz Truss. A Buckingham Palace spokesperson said, "After a full day yesterday, Her Majesty has this afternoon accepted doctors' advice to rest." This means that the Privy Council meeting that had been due to take place this evening will be rearranged. The Queen continues to reside at Balmoral Castle, where she appointed Liz Truss as the new Prime Minister on Tuesday. The latest medical advice does not recommend that the Queen check herself into a hospital. The Queen, who is 96 years old and has ongoing mobility concerns, was supposed to preside over a virtual meeting of the Privy Council on Wednesday. Miss Truss, who has taken her oath as First Lord of the Treasury during the procedures, and new cabinet ministers would have been sworn into their jobs, as well as made Privy Councillors if they had not already been appointed as one in the past. The Sovereign of the United Kingdom is advised in an official capacity by a council known as the Privy Council. There were 719 people living, permanently represented on the council as of the previous month. Membership is permanent. In addition to Prince Charles and the Duke of Cambridge, its members include politicians, civil workers, judges, members of the clergy, and members of the clerical community. According to the Palace's statement, the delay in the proceedings does not raise any constitutional concerns. After the royal family released images of the Queen receiving Liz Truss at Balmoral Castle in Scotland, where she invited the newly elected leader of the Conservative Party to become Prime Minister, the Queen received an outpouring of love on social media on Tuesday. This love came after the royal family released images of the Queen receiving Liz Truss. The smiling monarch looked bright, but frail, and used a walking stick during the audience, which followed a visit from outgoing Prime Minister Boris Johnson as he tendered his resignation. The monarch stood as she greets Miss Truss, her hair perfectly curled, wearing a blouse, a cardigan, and a Balmoral tartan skirt. Some observers noticed Her Majesty's right hand appeared bruised or purple in photographs of their meeting. However, a significant number of users of social media expressed their approval of the monarch, remarking on how well she had presented herself and giving tribute to the extraordinary length of her reign, which has already encompassed the periods of 15 prime ministers, including Truss. The Queen is on her summer break on the Balmoral estate and not due to return until early October. Yesterday, Mr. Johnson arrived in the morning and left after about 40 minutes, while Miss Truss arrived in the afternoon and departed about 30 minutes later. The Queen also had another duty afterwards, recorded in the court circular. She invested her Communications Secretary Donald McCabe with the insignia of a Lieutenant of the Royal Victorian Order, an honour in the monarch's personal gift for service to the royal family. A number of guests were also seen leaving the castle before the first audiences began. This year, the Queen has been forced to cancel her attendance at a number of royal engagements due to health concerns. After she did not show up for the customary welcome reception at Balmoral Castle, which is where she typically spends the summer months, additional concerns about her health were raised around a month ago. On August the 9th, Her Majesty was scheduled to attend a yearly ceremony. However, the event in Scotland was called off at the last minute and substituted with a small private event. In the past, with the notable exception of the COVID-19 epidemic, she would typically meet and greet members of the general public outside the residence's gate. Buckingham Palace didn't offer an explanation, but officials insisted that the private event was in line with adapting Her Majesty's schedule for her comfort. The decision was reminiscent of other events the Queen has pulled out of over this year, including the Platinum Jubilee service of Thanksgiving, the COP26 Climate Change Summit, and the Festival of Remembrance. Many of her duties are now carried out via video calls, and the country's longest reigning sovereign remarked during an in-person audience in February, "Well, as you can see, I can't move."